Hello and welcome back to another Beauty in the Chaos. We are back for another week of shenanigans here in youth ministry for middle school. I have been a little missing from recording videos because the joys of youth ministry is you have tons of stuff going on all the time. Actually, this last weekend, even though I'm the middle school lady, I was actually helping with the young adult retreat. It's called Brave, and we're on Brave 5, where we focused on vocations and discussions about vocations, which was really beautiful. I've kind of been missing because retreat and craziness. Okay, so this is the group that went. Obviously, I totally stole it from our Instagram, but it's fine. It was a really solid group of people that were on this retreat. One of the joys of being the youth minister, I'm actually the associate director, so I do more than just middle school. I get to kind of do lots of fun things, like go on these young adult retreats. So I actually get to help with music on retreat. It's really beautiful because I get to do music. Part of what I do is music ministry, play piano and I sing and I lead praise and worship, but it was a really beautiful experience. As you can see by the beautiful photos, there was mass and other beautiful sacramental things, but there was, hikes and community. Yeah, that's what I've been kind of missing for a little bit, retreats and craziness. Back to middle school. A lot of times I get asked the question, what does a youth minister do in a week, in a day? The truth is, we totally have a different schedule every single day. Every single week, there's a different thing going on. The week prior to this retreat was a jam-packed youth ministry week for me. I had my weekly stuff, Edge. I had my monthly special events, and I even got invited to do something relationally with kids. Specifically, a couple kids that were testing for their black belts in Taekwondo, which is what I do as well, which was a cool blessing. I'll talk about that a little bit later. The thing about being a youth minister that you have to understand is you really never know what your schedule is going to hold. Yes, you can plan ahead of time, and you do. You know the schedule of events that are coming up. You know what's going on, but you can change on the drop of a hat. And you have to kind of roll with the punches. And this week was unique for us because we had kind of spontaneous things happen. So let's talk about Edge first. Edge is our weekly thing that grades 5 through 8 come to, and this week was unique. Let me tell you about it. My middle school youth night is tonight, and whoa, the light. And we're gonna go see some relics, which are really cool, specifically one, Blessed Carlo Acutis. We love that we get to see relics and see cool things. I'm sitting here doing so many things. I'm a little handyman, putting stuff together, getting bingo stuff together, printing everything. Youth ministry, you really never know what you're going to get, my friends. You never know. And they actually had the moment to venerate and pray with Blessed Carlo Acutis. For Catholics, that can be kind of weird. It's like, oh my gosh, why are we praying all these body parts of saints? Which happens to actually be his hair. It's our way to kind of respect people who have given their life to God and help guide us to God, an intercessor for us. For these kids, it's really powerful because he's about their age, some of them. He died when he was 15. He lived a really holy life that these middle schoolers can look up to. So we got kind of an audible to go and see the relics. Story time with me. Not planned at all to go and see the relics because Nicole, in her craziness of life, forgot that the exhibit closed at a certain time before youth group started. So I had to spontaneously coordinate this with the director of evangelization who was handling this, Father Leon, the pastor, and we spontaneously brought the middle schoolers over and totally changed the plan for the youth night. Awesome core team that rolled with it. Again, life lesson with youth ministry. Roll with the punches. You never know what's going to happen. Now, of course, we can't do middle school youth ministry without craziness and fun. So we played a game called Hungry Hungry Hippos to start the night. And it was wild. There were kids rolling around, scooters trying to get little balls and stuff. So I'll show you exactly what that looks like. This is Hungry Hungry Hippos. A wild adventure of running around scooters and trying to get fruit in baskets, and it was a fun ride. The kids loved it. And by the grace of God, we actually were able to cover all the material. And the end of the night was actually super beautiful. As you can tell, we actually got the kids to sit and pray in front of the cross pretty quietly, which is for middle schoolers a wild time. So in one day, we kind of went through all of this fun stuff. Moving on to the social night that happens once a month, Rooted and Ultimate. Rooted is the going deeper night. It's usually a smaller amount of kids. I don't have any video or anything for that because we usually ask very interesting questions. The kids ask me anything, and you never really know what you're going to ask and what you're going to talk about. Story time with this one, they all found out how old I was, which blew their mind. They all thought I was like early 20s. Fun fact, I'm 30. So that was a compliment for me. It was awesome. Getting into Ultimate, this was what's different. In our diocese right now, we're doing kind of a cluster model, which some people have heard of. It's called Family of Parishes. We have other parishes that have kind of clustered up with us. And so we decided to go to one of our other family of parishes, beautiful little country parish, bring the kids to that parish and do our social night. And I'll talk a little bit about that here. We are at a different campus in our family of parishes. We're gonna play bingo tonight. It's gonna be awesome. It's a really beautiful campus. They've got an awesome parish hall. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I'm like, let me show you what the outside looks like. It's wild. It's beautiful, quaint. I love it so very much. Definitely different speed than St. Gregory the Great, but it's absolutely stunning. I mean, like, that's the church, and it's just so pretty outside. Here we are, our next day of ministry. Story time for this one, again, rolling with the punches. It was supposed to be a bingo night. It's a bingo night. We love bingo nights. Cole, in her smartness, is not very good with numbers, so she decided to print bingo boards that were not actually bingo boards. Not a whole bingo board. They were from numbers 1 to 25 because they were meant for kindergartners. Printed it off the internet, and as I was doing bingo, realized we didn't have the correct bingo boards, so we had to kind of wing it, which we did. Core team found a spinner on their phone, and we did it. Surprisingly, middle schoolers are super competitive when it comes to bingo. Love bingo. We ended up playing zombie tag spontaneously. There were some candy games. We ate food and had a great time. So that was my monthly thing that I did. Jumping forward, the next day on Saturday, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I got to do something relational that I love to do. A joy of being a youth minister is you get to be in kids' lives. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that here, about what exactly I did. I was asked by one of my middle schoolers to be a character reference for their black belt test. Now, granted, it's a different organization, a different school, but it's really cool that I get to be part of their life and I get to kind of walk with them and journey with them in life while also being a role model of Christ. So we love to kind of be with them, and we've got another night of fun ministry where I get to watch a black belt test, which for me, I love. So let's get excited and yay black belt testing. The kids were successful. They were able to get their black belts. I was the character reference of the kiddo getting his first degree black belt, and then one of the other middle schoolers got her second degree black belt. For me, that's unique because I am also a black belt in Taekwondo. I am a 4th degree black belt called Master Janosek. It's not something that I'm like, oh, I'm a master, bow to me, huh? But it is really cool when you can use your life to connect with these kids, and it really was an honor to be asked to be part of this really special occasion. As a black belt myself, I know how special this is. That's the beauty of being a youth minister. You get to walk through these kids' lives and be with them and kind of journey with them, even in their personal life. You know, of course, we're going to be examples of faith. You got to walk with them before you bring them to Jesus. You got to be in their lives so that they have a real person in their life that's practicing the faith. And for me to be a representative black belt while also being a Christ follower, I think that was pretty cool. Not gonna lie. So that is a week in youth ministry. It's not super typical, but if you're looking for what a packed week looks like, there it is, my friends. That's exactly what we do. You have your programming, you have your spontaneous changes, calling your audibles, and then also walking through kids in their lives. Come, Holy Spirit, and keep ministry going. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you subscribe. Bye.